This is Susannah from Bonnar Floors. Are you alright?
I did that as well, Susannah.
Thanks for your contributions, and also thanks for putting in what is obviously a lot of work putting this together. This is a really nice poster. If you'd had some nicer backing paper, I think you'd have been right up there with the best. So lovely. Okay, so tell me about Bonnar Floors, where you fit within the food chain, and were you made to come, and what do you want to get out of it? Right?
I came because I wanted to. Basically,
Fantastic.
I do work on the website, but it's mainly just putting things into the content management system.
Okay.
It's not thinking; it's just doing what people tell me, and I wanted to know more, so I could kind of tell people what we should be doing, and basically have more of an input.
Excellent.
So.
Just in a snapshot then, do you feel any closer to being able to do that and a bit more confident about, influencing?
Yeah, definitely, because I've learned all this, I've got the kind of the facts and can work out the data and the money that we can get from it. So, yeah.
Excellent. So again for you it was this, perhaps this idea that we've got a lot of opportunities and ideas coming out of this, but also we can back that with research that shows I haven't made it up about this image needing a sweet spot, having a sweet spot under it. It's fact, and that's what we've tried to do on the course. Really, sort of layer up as much proof as we can, given the amount of time we've got available. Tell me about Bonnar then, and where you fit in, the food chain for flooring, and how exposed you think the company might or might not be as a result of what we found out early on in the course and the strategy side of stuff.
Well, I don't know what I'm asking.
Well, absolutely, what we're getting at there is early on in the course we were saying that some businesses were more exposed than others. So it was the businesses that were in the sort of supply chain, not necessarily manufacturing, that weren't adding value. Is Bonnar a company that definitely adds some value and therefore is safe, or is it a manufacturer, or both? Or
what? We manufacture and sell our own products, so we are kind of quite unique.
So is that is Flotex your brand then?
Yeah.
Who haven't heard of Flotex?
Yeah, most people haven't heard of the other ones, but everyone's heard of Flotex. So but
the others, I guess, are known in the industry.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
Chocflex.
Chocflex.
Sounds good enough to eat.
That is a vinyl floor.
Right.
A lot of the traffic that we do get is from search, but it's from people who actually search our own brand names.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Yeah. So a lot of people are coming via brand awareness.
So we need to get the people who don't know about our brands really. So we need to more general search, like things like carpet tiles or acoustic flooring, people who don't necessarily know our products, but who want that. So
language that sounds sort of commercial. You contract carpet floor, contract carpet tile, contract flooring, that kind of thing.
And I think
that will preclude the sort of domestic market that you don't necessarily want.
That's something that people struggle with, I think, because they just think as long as we can be found under Flotex and Tessa and things like that, then that will do. But
you were saying that actually there weren't that many searches.
No.
So if we contrasted the phrase Flotex with contract flooring, I guess there'd be way more people looking for contract flooring than Flotex.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
So it's a phrase that you can't neglect, I suppose.
Although contract flooring wasn't really the best because it's too general, people would be far more likely to be searching for something more specific. So rather than our whole thing, but for one of our brands, so entrance flooring, entrance matting.
So your generic phrases need to be a bit more specific. Yeah. So you've got brand stuff, and then you need to sort of further bolster that with some specific stuff.
And
sorry, go on.
I was going to say even more specific. Something I found when I was looking at the pay-per-click was there's a lot of searches for things like office carpet tiles. So if you could be very, very specific about a certain product and a certain kind of sector, and that actually worked out quite well.
So take me through that then, because in PPC what you're saying is you're able to sort of very much target it and sort of drill down to a very sort of detailed level. What did pay-per-click? You don't have to take me through how you've worked this out, but we worked through and done cost benefit analysis here, return on investment stuff. Did it look Did it look sort of positive? What were you roughly paying per click, and what was your feeling about PPC and its opportunity for Bonnar?
The pay per click, the ones I only looked at a few, but they came out between about £1.50 and about £3.
Right.
And I've obviously had to just guess on how many people click through.
Yeah, until you've had some experience on,
but because
on the site.
If we do make a sale, then it's usually for a lot of money,
Yeah.
and also because we manufacture, it's a lot of profit as well. So
Yeah.
on our average order, we make like £500 profit.
Right.
So for a pay per click, it obviously worked out quite well.
So cause it's a high value product, and it's quite an expensive click, but it's extremely profitable.
Yeah.
So it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that I presume something that you might be, you know, having to look at in the next sort of 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Because
Cool.
again, that would bring in people who haven't necessarily heard of us.
Yeah.
So it would bring in new customers. And also another thing why pay per click would work for us is because once someone's used us once, then they're likely to use us again and again.
Right.
So we'd get a lot of profit from that.
Exactly. So you're not going to pay for that the second time.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about your company is rather than what I expected to find was the fact that you were in the supply chain, you were supplying other people's stuff, and you possibly weren't adding that much value, so it's quite easy for you to be removed. And the phrase is disintermediated, removed out of the middleman removed. Actually, because you're the manufacturer, I don't think you make enough of this idea that you are cutting out the middleman by working with you. You know, you're going straight to the manufacturer. There's a sort of a value proposition about working. I'm going straight to the factory. I must be getting I must be getting a good deal. It's quicker or whatever. So I like that as an idea. You know, I was just looking up here. You've got a bounce back rate that is very high.
Yes.
Have you got any sort of thoughts about that?
Well, I think that is because this is our current homepage, and there's just not a lot there really, because there's nothing to say who we are and what we do.
Yeah. It's sort of, I guess these are your 4 main products.
Yeah. There's no description, so if people don't know what these are, they won't know what they're looking at.
And are these clickable starts to linear paths?
Yeah.
So they take you into actual information.
Yeah.
I was just wondering whether your bounce back rate is so high because do you get any kind of that domestic carpeting traffic where people are searching for something? You might come up high under flow text, they might want it for the kitchen. They arrive and go, actually we can't buy it here, this is the manufacturer's site, or we're in the wrong place, and leave.
Yeah.
So it might not be quite as bad as it actually looks on your bounce rate figures.
Yeah, I think the only product that we do for residential is Flowtex, and we have got a separate site, so maybe we should have something on there linking to the residential site. But the rest of the products, as we don't have search terms like carpet tiles or anything coming through, then I don't think it is residential. I think it's just that it's not very...
To give you an example, at Axis Centre, we obviously only really serve Beeston, Nottingham and the sort of region. Our bounce back rate for IP addresses, people coming in from outside of the region, is about 70-odd%. So a lot of traffic from America who are just trying to find out some information about eMarketing or whatever. But actually it's only about 25% for traffic from this region. So, you know, we can't do anything about that. We're coming high under the search engines for our key phrases, but naturally we're totally... Our courses you can't still do online or whatever, so you've got to come here to do it. So you're going to expect bounce back rates to be in some cases quite high, really. Tell me about your linear path then, and because you've got, it sounds like you've kind of got starts to linear paths.
We have, but they're not
already.
They're not obvious. We need to make it more obvious that if this is what you're looking for, this is where you go. And then, but once you get into this, it's kind of an introduction and just a whole load of options. It's not guiding you through.
Right.
And then also, once you've looked at the options, you can't actually even order anything or order samples.
Right.
That's all here. So we need to kind of move the sample ordering in with the products, because otherwise there's no obvious.
So it doesn't finish with going to that.
No.
You got to drill back out to then go to it. Right. That's quite a kind of fundamental.